Hi there, my name is Carlos Lozano from Persefone, and you're listening to Sonic Perspectives.
Your English is better than my Catalan.
We could try in Catalan if you want.
No. Sometimes my Spanish isn't that good. I first heard you guys during the Prague Power announcement video in 2017. It blew my mind. I immediately went out and I bought Athma. I became an instant fan. And like, honestly, even if Paul Masvidal hadn't guested on that album, I would have walked away thinking that Persefone was Cynic's spiritual successor.
That's a huge thing. First things first, thank you very much. Saying that about Cynic and us. For us, Cynic is, like one of they were like ahead of their times. And Paul is not only an amazing musician, but an amazing human being. Mm-hmm. So just the relationship we can have with him because of the album and that people can relate Persefone with Paul and Cynic make us very, very happy and very humble.
You guys have become known for dealing with Eastern mysticism in your lyrics, but you only started doing that a few albums in. What led you guys to start writing about that sort of thing?
So when we wrote the third album called Shinken, we did the whole album based on the Japanese culture, like samurais and Eastern philosophy and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Because some of us, we are into martial arts and things like that. So for some reason, we wanted to do it. And what happened is that since that philosophy was like pretty intense and positive, and we felt comfortable with that, and we experienced that it's easier to sing something that you really believe in than singing things that are just, I don't know, like nice or feels cool or whatever like that, or even like in the Core album, which is just history, Mm-hmm. So after that, some of the members of the band, we started with meditation, learning how to do it like properly and all that. And then out of some conversations, we wanted to put spiritual migration, on that path. Mm-hmm. And we felt really good with that. And then when touring, people really appreciated the fact that even if the music is a little bit aggressive, the lyrics were a little bit more introspective, Mm-hmm. And we continue with Athma, and we knew once we did spiritual migration, we knew we wanted to continue that path, like from now on, and that's why we keep doing this event with Metanoia. It's all part of the same decision and belief.
So you guys were new to the world of meditation and all of that when you wrote Spiritual Migration. That blows my mind because that album is, like, for me, it's probably my favorite album of the 2010s. It's an incredible record. It's the one that I have listened to the most, and I love that thing, every second of it.
Thank you very much. I mean, we weren't like new on we all had, or as I told you, if you're in martial arts, you are, you have been doing that for a while and you are familiar with. But when I say that, it's like we really went to a place, some of us, to learn it like properly and going every week, really early in the morning, having 1 hour of guidance to know the way and how it should be done. So we took that seriously. That led to a lot of conversations and discussions within the band, like on topics that was really, really inspirational. for all of us, and that's why we wanted to keep that path.
Now, y'all's sound, Persephone's music is so freaking complex.
Is it easy?
How on earth do you guys manage to write such intricate, detailed music that still slays?
Okay, thank you again. I mean, are you a musician yourself? Do you play any instrument or have a band or something?
I used to play guitar. Right. Then I became a parent.
Okay, that happened. All right.
Yeah.
So if you have any experience with a musical instrument, maybe can relate with this. Can you remember yourself like working on something and being proud of the stuff you're doing for some reason, like, oh, this is kind of working, and then the next day you feel like you're the worst person to pick up a guitar in the history of humankind. You know the feeling?
I know the feeling.
Okay, it's exactly the same. I mean, when we are writing the music, we don't have that perspective at all. Especially myself, I'm always all the time like, this is not good enough. This is whatever. So we are like double checking all the time, all the stuff. I like to think that we said this like many albums ago. Like, we really want to make every second of the music matter. That was like the motto, like let's try to no fillers. Like every second has to be on purpose. So, and then we put a lot of attention on the arrangement, on every instrument. It's already like a slow process and very painful, and we argue a lot, and it's very despicable situation to be in. But then we really hate it. I mean, it's very, very, very hateful situation to do. But it's fun because the lyrics are really uplifting, and I hope they are. But when we are writing the music, it's like the most toxic environment possible to write music within the band. Like, we are all the time pushing each other, like on the leaks and on the everything else. But in the end, somehow this kind of music happens. And we're I don't like to say proud, because as I told you, maybe I like it today and tomorrow I will hate it with a passion. But that's the way we do it. For example, maybe one day you're working for 3-4 hours, very, 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 very hard, very productive session, and you end up with having 10 seconds of music. So it's very frustrating,
That actually leads into my next thought.
All right.
I remember reading 20 years ago or something like that, in an interview with Spiral Architect.
My God.
Yeah. and I think it was Lars who had said that it would take them as long as 3 to 4 months to write one song.
Yeah, could happen. I mean, sometimes, it definitely is very complicated, because if you think on the music, we think on the music like layers, like different layers. And then maybe you can have the fundament of the song kind of written a little bit, one kind of an idea. But then when you have to revisit everything for the, production and overdubs, and then you put something, you quit something, then the vocals is another instrument for us as well. That takes a lot of time, definitely. So I feel that. But that band is so amazing, I have to say. Spiral Architect, my man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I'm so glad I got to see them.
Oh, man.
It was mind-blowing. It was almost as mind-blowing as this band called Persefone that I think you might have.
Yeah, no, sure. Yeah. they are freaking legends, man.
Now, the CD that I have of Athma has an instrumental cut of Prison Skins, and
yes, I remember that.
And I played that for a friend who has a master's in music composition, and it blew his mind that anybody was able to write vocal melodies over that actually worked. So how the hell do Mark and Miguel find ways to sing over the complexity that is your music and still make it work?
It's been a long time since we are studying music. We really like to study music a lot. I mean, with every album, we spend a lot of time listening to new stuff and studying new concepts and everything. And it's all about counterpoint. It's all about the counterpoint thing. We try, not always we can do it properly, but we really try. So when you have all the music done, you pay attention. If we have to make this like a vocal part, then let's relax the rhythmic ideas and let's relax a little bit the guitar. Maybe you can't notice, but at least we try. So if the guitars shut up for a moment, then it's time for Mark to say something. If Mark is quiet, then the guitars can do something. So we try to respect these spaces. now, because now back then it was like everything going on at the same time. It was a mess. But yeah, and now we are trying to pay attention on that a lot. But I mean, there's many things we can improve on that. So yeah, maybe you have to give me the direction of your friend to ask some questions about composition myself.
Like these past 3 albums of yours have been just unbelievable. I've been listening to Metanoia on repeat for about 2 weeks, and oh my god, dude, wow, it's another incredible record. And lyrically, you guys seem to be touching on a person's descent into anguish and their way out of it. How wrong am I?
You are perfectly top with that. Yes. On spot. Yes. Definitely, it's about that.
So let's start with the title of the album. It's Metanoia. It's a very heavy word that has a lot of profound meanings in multiple disciplines. Why did you choose that?
So, I mean, some of us, we like philosophy and psychology and all that stuff as well. And we wanted to have a good concept. So it's funny because the first thing we had with the album was the cover art for the first time.
Oh,
even before anything else, because that was unexpected. We have now Bobby and Philippe. They are younger than the rest of the band, and they are very creative and young, Mm-hmm. And then Bobby was trying to guide me through the, out of the Iron Maiden covers are the best covers ever, because I feel that way still, And then he was like, man, this is not modern at all. I was like, okay, give me examples, because I really don't know what to do with this. He showed me some stuff, and then he showed me this picture like an example. What do you think about this? I was, this is very nice. I felt in love. And then we start like can you imagine having this like totem with light in the stage, whatever? So at some point we were like, why not try to let's buy it? Because we like it so much. We did it. And then the artist still the picture. And then because of that picture, with the totem and the little guy standing in front of it in the cave. And then we found the word metanoia. And then that made sense, because as you said, it's like a deep change within oneself, through a lot of pain. And it's a difficult thing to do, like for a human being. Change beliefs, imagine. Nowadays, that's quite impossible. And then we had the anabasis and catabasis thing, so everything made sense. So we built up the concept and the lyrics around that four things: the cover and those 3 words.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That was the process.
That totem looks so much like an eye, and architecture of the eye. Is there a connection there? Was it coincidence?
No. I mean, you're not the first one to tell me that, which is nice. We never thought on that, because we had this image in our heads that was like a portal, let's say, to outside of somewhere. But everyone has the perspective on that. But the idea was Platon with the myth, in the cave. So there was a little bit of that as well. But many people has told me about the architecture of the eye, and then it's like an eye. I was like, it makes sense as well. But I can't say it's on purpose, because not in my case as well, as far as I know.
I did notice that some of the topics discussed on the album don't just deal with spiritualism. They also touch on psychology and mythology. The theme of descent, katabasis, that plays a really, really big role. And I did notice late last night that it even ties into the band's name.
Yeah, a little bit, because, we are like a Greek fanboys, because we are always taking, names and stuff from them. But Catabasis was like the first song we did, actually. And the concept was very important for us. First lyric as well. And was very important for us to set the tone, It's a darker album, in my opinion, even lyrically. Even when the concept is very, very positive, I think. But it was a little bit darker. We wanted that. And I think we managed to do it.
So I went into the album blind. I deliberately did not read anything about it until I actually listened to it. And oh my God, is that? Oh my God, it is. It's Einar. Holy shit. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, that was so cool. Okay. Now that I've stopped fanboying, I'm a Lepers fan. I know, I own it.
Me too.
Why did you approach him? Like, why is Einar on it? Like, besides him being a badass, why did you ask
Because
him?
he's Einar Solberg, like the greatest singer nowadays, let's say. I don't know. No, but I don't know if you know this, but when we tour spiritual migration in Europe, the bill was with lepros. It was like a bilateral tour with lepros.
Ooh.
Which is my favorite lepros album, by the way.
Yeah, good reason too.
It's amazing. So we spent 1 month with them, and we made friends with them, especially with Einstein, like the guitar player that was in bilateral. Nowadays we are still friends, and we were blown away by them in a lot of aspects, not only on the artistic side, but the professionalism and everything. So we knew we wanted Einar at some point as a guest musician on an album, and we just reached to him like, hey, do you want to do this with us? And he was open to do it, and then he did. And it's amazing to start. I think the track is I like the track Metanoia. It's a good track, but with Einar's vocals, I think that puts a lot of quality and send the track to another level. So yeah, that was a crazy thing. I'm so happy to having him on the song.
Now, did he write his own parts?
He did. We had the lyrics and we told him, do you want some kind of guidance or whatever? He was like, maybe just try, but he did whatever he wanted to. So yeah, it's like his own thing. He's very creative. I mean, what would you say to Einar? It's like, do your thing, man.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would tell him.
Yes.
Good. Yeah, that was a pleasant surprise. Okay. So at the very beginning of the record, you hear the character, the protagonist Einar, talking about how he realizes that he needs to get his way out of a bad spot, right? And to me, it sounds like the protagonist is reaching his turning point on the song Merkaba.
Yes, definitely. You are, man. You really understand everything. Very good, very good. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay,
definitely.
so I have questions about Merkaba, but I'd like to hear you talk about it first.
Right. So yeah, it's like the midpoint on the album, within the concept thing, because we like to think on the album as let's say a movie, a story. Let's try to say something with it. And then we had this song. Before that, it was "Leap of Faith," and then it's instrumental. And the title is self-explanatory, I think. So when Merkaba came in, you have this, let's say, chorus that says like, "On my knees, I still believe," and the cruel metaphor, that stuff. So it's all about that. You have gone. The protagonists have gone through the burning inside, the burning of big part of what make a big person being a person, like the architecture of the eyes, like which characteristics made a person, Yeah. So the protagonist is like, he just went there and burned himself, and then it's on his knees or her knees or whatever, and but still believe that is the right thing to do. So it's like the turning point on that part of the record. That was the idea.
Okay, so you brought up fire. I don't know a whole lot about Jewish mysticism, but I gather that that the seraphim, burning angels, are kind of a big aspect of the Merkaba, and I was wondering if that had any relation to all the references to fire and burning that we hear on the rest of the album.
It's like a duality, because yes, of course, we knew. I mean, the word Merkaba is like that thing, and we wanted to have that represented in the song as well, and in the album, because there's a lot of fire references in the album for many reasons. Like the very beginning with the let me dance amid the flames, and in the end as well, and some noises, like sound effects.
Yes,
something burning, because even in the artwork inside, there's like a big pyre of fire with someone in there, because we felt in love with the image of the fire, trying let's try to say like purifying all the stuff that no longer serves the human. Also, anabasis and catabasis and anabasis is like a phoenix kind of thing, like the phoenix goes away and is reborn again. So there were many things like Merkaba, all of that you said, that were like related to fire, so we wanted to keep it like something going on through the whole record. But man, you're really, you know everything on the record. I'm so impressed.
Oh, thank you. I only know a little bit, but as far as I can tell, Merkaba is the first time that you guys have dabbled in Jewish mysticism, and I was wondering if that was a conscious decision, to put that in the middle of this album.
I mean, we all in the band, we avoid talking about any kind of religion for obvious reasons, because it's something that polarizes a lot. But that doesn't mean that we don't like to dive into every religion is possible. Because as I told you, some of us are into philosophy and psychology, and then every religion has many interesting ways to approach like big deal of matters. So we're always trying to find concepts that really inspire us, and it doesn't matter where we find them. It's not like we want to, I don't know, advertise anything. It's like we like the concept, and we really think that there's room for everything in Persephone's music. So that was the train of thought. No one said let's not do this because of the meaning, or let's do this because of the because like this really works perfectly. We like the meaning, we like the place, we like everything. Let's put it on the album. Why not?
I have questions about Consciousness Part 3. Holy shit, dude, what a fucking song. Wow.
Many notes.
It might be the most engaging metal instrumental that I've heard since The Dance of Eternity. Like it's that good.
You are no, it's not that good. I mean,
it's that good.
Way. It is not. That song is like, I mean, we know. I'm a fan, man.
Now, there are a number of references to spiritual migration in that song, and that's awesome because, as I mentioned earlier, that's probably my favorite record of the past 10 years. But
so, I'm curious now because you said you like spiritual migration. So as a person that likes spiritual migration, did the references make you happy or not? Because we have this argument, like people won't care at all. And some of us they think they will be happy to listen those riffs again on the song. So how was your reaction?
Okay. Whoever said that people wouldn't care were wrong, because it put a big stupid smile on my face when I heard that. Nice. When I heard that rhythmic pattern, when I saw the title Consciousness Part 3, when I heard those flying sea dragons at the very end, it all made me so happy. Yes. It was. Okay. Yes. Okay. There have to be a lot of reasons you guys reached that far back in this one song. Talk to me about that.
All right. So not the first time that they ask me, so I have the answer. And when you're a musician, at least in my own experience, when you write an album, that album is like a picture of yourself on that part of your life. Whenever you listen to those songs, you remember many things, because you've been working on that and you have a lot of memories. So I have to say that writing and recording Spiritual Migration wasn't like the best time of my life, let's say, and going through a lot of the personal difficulties and everything. And even the whole band. So when people tell me like it's my favorite album, it's difficult for me because I cannot even listen to it to this day. Even if I'm in the car, and my wife likes the Persefone, and sometimes she, some song appears and she's like, I'm sorry, and then she changes the song. And so it's a pity because we love to play that live because it's different. You play live, you see the people enjoying it, and it's another vibe. But in the album, those riffs, some of them are difficult for us to listen, especially for me.
Yeah.
And so I think somehow making this Consciousness Part 3 and bringing back all that, it's like a therapy, let's say. Because, for example, in Athma, all I remember is like rainbows and unicorns and everything was fun and very light and everything. And on Metanoia, we are having a good time as a band because everything is thanks to God is very, very nice. So it's kind of a therapy. We did it again, and it felt good to do that, and it feels even better to know that people is enjoying it as fans of the other record. So I think that's the answer, at least by my side.
It sounds like Spiritual Migration was your own Metanoia.
Yes, definitely. That was very difficult, man. That was very, very difficult. But it is what it is. And then the album, for some reason, they have to remember me that album every day.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is.
Now, if I understand this correctly, the last few songs deal with the protagonist finally ascending out of his own personal hell, anabasis, his own spiritual migration.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's it. That's the moment. That's the moment when the protagonist or the people listening or whatever you can feel about the lyrics. It's like going out, as we like to say. It's like crossing that portal that is in the cover, as a new being, hopefully better, but new and fresh, and without all that, big hurdles, leaving it all behind, and for never coming back to that. So that's like the uplifting thing. That's why the last part, Analysis Part 3, is a little bit more calm again.
Yeah.
For the people to breathe, because it's been a hell of a ride, hopefully. and it's like, okay, we made it. We made it. And
yeah.
that's it.
And that's something that you've done on previous albums, but Anabasis 2, for me is like the climax of the album. Like it all leads up to that one mortifyingly satisfying climax, and when you reach that point, it's not, it could be more complex, but it doesn't have to be. It hits you perfectly, and that's what matters. It's
that part
incredibly satisfying. Listen, you know what part I'm talking about. Definitely.
It's beautiful when you have chills with your own thing, but that's because Mo singing and Merete, the girl from Two Steps from Hell.
Yes.
She's singing on that part as well. And when when we heard the recordings, that was a whole different level. And it was very, very emotional to listen to it. Yeah, I think it's a good climax, and hopefully people will enjoy it.
I just realized last night that Angel Vivaldi and one of the guys from Obscura are on the album. Can you talk to me about working with those guys?
Yes. Both of them legends. And Angel, do you know the guy Angel Vivaldi? Were you familiar with him?
I knew the name and I'd heard him before, but I don't know his material as well as I know yours.
Yes, I mean it all started with. Do you have the time or
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, it's a funny story because we were recording Athma, and we were recording Athma every night of the week after the daily job, and we were recording in the rehearsal room up to 4 a.m. at night, and then next day go to work and then recording again. So we were very Mo and I were spending nights recording the album, and then in between, for some reason, I learned about Angel Vivaldi, and I saw this guy. Have you seen him? It's like so handsome. It's like very handsome. And then
he's a good-looking dude.
It's a very good-looking dude. And also the name Angel fucking Vivaldi is like the best name ever for a guitar player. So I went to the rehearsal room next day, and there were Bobby and Mo. Hey guys, look at this dude. It's like so perfect to be true. And then the joke was to put his face like a badass picture of him on the screen of the computer, the wallpaper. And then every time I played something in the record, then I was like, "Is that okay?" And then Mo was like, the joke was like, "It is okay, but it's not as good as Angel Vivaldi was doing, and you know it, So that was the joke. So nothing then happened. Then we uploaded the first Living Waves clip with Paul Masvidal on it. And guess what? First comment from a guy called Angel Vivaldi Official.
No way.
So we were like,
first comment.
It's the guy. Like, it was there. Like, oh, him. And it was like, I DM here, like, Angel, man. Okay, so surprised, blah, blah, blah. The guy was super nice. So then, like, I think 1 year, 2 years later, we went to the US. He's from New York, or he lives in New York. And we invited him to come to the show. Like, he's a celebrity. I was like, he's not coming, but why not? And man, he came to the show. And I was so nervous about it because he's a hell of a guitar player. I was like, I don't want to play in front of this guy, but anyway. And then I was hoping this guy to be an asshole. I really hoped for that because the guy was really handsome, really creative, talented, good guitar player, and best name ever. And I was hopefully he's an asshole, so I will feel better with myself. But no, he was like the fucking best person ever. And also, he smells very good, which was the top of the cherry on the top. That people that smells very good all the time.
I don't know anybody that smells very good.
I know some people sometimes they come like, this guy smells very good, and Angel is like that. So yeah, I was so completely devastated because this guy was everything I wanted to be, and I just asked him, "Do you want to collaborate in the album?" This album, he was so kind to say yes, and he did like for me the best guitar solo on the album anyway. But I'm fine with that anyway, and same thing with Stephen from Oscura. We've been kind of friends for. I'm a big fan of the band, and then we get to meet each other at a festival, and we've been trying to tour together for a while. And then I asked him to have vocals in the album. He said yes. So it was like a wish list, and everything was checked. So what like with Merete, with the singer, the female singer again, like we are so fans of his voice, and he said yes again. So everything was very, very nice on this album when it came to guest appearances.
Man, those are some great stories. Thank you for sharing those stories.
No, they're fun. They're fun. I mean, that's the only thing that matters in the end, the stories,
Yeah. I mean, the stories, I guess the music's kind of all right.
Yeah, a little bit. Yes. Yeah. Second place.
And like, so it's hard to tell what the situation is going to be like as far as touring goes.
Yep.
I don't expect you to know, but like, is there anything planned?
Sure. I mean, of course we don't know, and we all have daily jobs, so it's even worse when it comes to the logistic of this. And some of us, they have kids, and families and everything, so very difficult. But we had this tour with Obscura actually in like 2 months ago. Of course, we could not do it because of the COVID situation, but we have postponed it to October in Europe. So hopefully that will take place, and we will be able to do it. And also we have some offers for the US as well. Ooh. For November, but with a really nice lineup. We said yes, but again, no one wants to say anything because no one knows anything. So we're just waiting to see if things clear up a little bit, so we can jump on some things. Now with that, we are with Napalm Records as well. We are having more offers than ever. Yeah. So we need to choose wisely, but hopefully we'll be able to do it.
What can you tell me about this offer for November?
No, of course not.
Oh, damn it!
Because I don't know if I can.
Yeah, I understand. I understand, man. Yeah. If you guys do it, then I'm going to be there because I saw you guys in Atlanta without Tony because I believe he got sick. Yeah.
Oh man, that was a real story with the Tony thing. He had a panic attack on our way to the airport.
What?
I had to come back to Andorra. We lose the flight. Man, that was crazy.
Oh wow.
He remained here. We had to have the vase prepared for the life situations, and we did in the airport. Then we went to Mexico, and nothing worked. Very stressful, but we managed to do it, and we missed every day him. We miss him every single day on the tour. He's like the best. Stories.
Yeah, but he's okay now, right? This was a few years ago.
Very okay. Yeah, okay. It was very stressful to prepare everything, and personal reasons as well. But it was very scary, because we were in two cars, and they called me like, Tony's having a panic attack. And we went to the hospital with him. He felt so bad, so because he wanted to come, but he was unable to. We had to go, but we wanted to stay with him. Man, what a situation. But then it was okay. Thanks God. We miss him a lot on that tour. But it was very good. We managed to put, I think, good shows, and another experience.
Yeah, you guys made the best of it. Wow. Oh, Carlos, I cannot thank you enough for taking out the time to talk to me. This has been a fantastic discussion. Thank you for the wonderful music. I love this album.
Thank you for being there. This makes no sense if there's no one listening in the other side.
All right, man. Pase buen día.
Oh, muchísimas gracias.
Igualmente, gracias.
Que vaya bien. Hasta luego.
Nos vemos.
Nos vemos.
On my knees, I still believe. Metamorphosis, a pure reborn being. This cool metamorphosis, pure reborn. I still